the environment we are in, anasomo mfangano. I understand what it means to be around the shore. It requires you to be a girl of purpose. It requires you to know what you want in your life. It requires you to have the fear of God in your life. And then God will take you far. So what we are giving, what we have before us, we get to understand that most of us, if not all, we have our monthly periods. And the monthly periods, the moment a girl has started the monthly period, I want you to understand that you mess up with a boy, you're done. And that is how most of us lose their destiny. And it's not just about pregnancy. We also have sexually transmitted diseases, which are so rampant around what? The election. Sexually transmitted diseases. It is not easy to treat them. Yes, some of them are treatable, some of them are managed. But we know that others are just managed. So whichever state you are in, you don't need to shy off from your condition. But in all, we are praying that God shall grant us the wisdom. Now, for this particular day, I wanted to remind us from the book of Jeremiah 29:11. Jeremiah 29 verses 11. I know it is a common verse that probably I will read it in English. The Bible says, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So you have a greater destiny because that is the word of the Lord. But this will only take place when you understand who you are and what God intends in your life. Now in our life, I want us to understand this. Your condition is not your conclusion. Probably the environment where you are could be very pathetic, but that is not the end of you. So I want you to take note that your condition is not your conclusion. However the environment, however challenges, however difficult challenges you are going through, your condition is not your conclusion. It does not matter where you are. It does not matter what you're going through. But what matters is what is the destiny that God has for you, or what plans does God have for you. The Bible is reminding us that God has good plans for each and every one of us, young or old. So if you believe this word, then trust God that your condition is not your conclusion, but it takes the fear of God to take you to greater heights. Every problem has an expiry date. Whatever you go through now, a time will come when it will end. And you will look back and say, God, thank you, because this far that I have come, you can stand and raise your hand and say, God, you are my Ebenezer. Every challenge has an expiry date. There is no condition that is permanent. So probably the environment is vulnerable. You're going through a lot. Some of us are going even without food, but that is not the end. Your condition is not permanent. An expiry date will come. Even this season where you are in primary school, preschool, primary, secondary, a time is coming when you will not be where you are. But maybe you are like, hey, will it ever come to an end? Yes, it will. But with all those challenges, when you trust God, you're going to see greater things in your life. It only requires you to focus and hope in the Lord. Now, I want us to understand that it doesn't matter what people say about you. But sometimes we say, whatever you are doing, you are a letter that is read by the people of the world. That is what the Bible tells us. And if you're a letter that is read by the people of the world, then what kind of information are people getting from you? And this is very sensitive to us. That there are so many things that needs to make you to be a girl of substance, a girl of value. Not just somebody people look and you're a ball that can be tossed up and down. No. I want you to understand that boys will always be there to toss you. They use you, they dump you. They use you, they dump you. But when they realize that you are somebody of value, they will fear you, they will respect you. Before they come to you, they will really scratch their head and say, hey, how do I want to approach so-and-so? Because you are not easy going. Don't be a girl who is easy going. And don't be a girl that when a boy is talking, because at your age,